Hello, Stephen White from SteveArts89. Well, there's trouble in Spidey Town. Hish. Now, why am I sitting here with a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man on my shoulder when this is about a Tom Holland Spider-Man? Well, because that's the last time I cared about Spider-Man. But I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and it's not because he was in the MCU. I mean, okay, I was introduced to him through the MCU, but I love his portrayal, and I will watch films, Spider-Man films, future Spider-Man films with Tom Holland in it. So I get why Sony thinks they can go without Marvel, because that's sort of what's happening now. It's okay. It's okay. You can relax. It's okay. You will survive. You're always going to be my Spider-Man. Okay, the first one, just like Christopher Reeve. It's okay. Oh God. Okay, so Sony owns Spider-Man. They did the first trilogy with my beloved first Spider-Man, and it did well. And then they rebooted it with Andrew Garfield. It didn't do so well. Basically, the franchise killer Alex Kurtzman wrote the second film. It went into the toilet. They gave up. They gave it to Marvel, and Marvel did a great job taking him into the MCU and making him a part of the Avengers and all the success that came with that. And then he had his two separate films, because they contracted Tom Holland for 6 films, and they did 5. The 2 separate individual Spider-Man films, the Infinity War, Endgame, and then the Avengers, one of the Avengers guy. I can't remember which one he was in. I wrote Civil War. He was in Civil War. So, what made it successful this time? Because Homecoming has just passed $1.109 billion. I just saw it a second time with a friend of mine, and I don't often see films twice, let alone, I don't think I have seen a superhero film twice. But I was happy to sit through Tom Holland twice. He's gorgeous, he's sweet, his character is awesome. The movies are good. There's just no faulting that. Toby had his quirks. Mr. Garfield didn't work at all for me. And I see why they're both having this bitch fight over the rights now, because once they did this last film, the rights were going to revert back to Sony from Marvel, because they only contracted for 5 film appearances, and he's done the last film. So Sony contracted Tom Holland for 6, so he would owe him a film, and they think they can just make a Spider-Man film without any Marvel connections, and it will be a hit. And I think they're right. On some level, like they will get at least one more film out of this. They're just riding off the success of Homecoming. They will get a hit film with Tom Holland, but without the Avengers and Marvel Universe connections, can they keep it going? I'm not sure. Can he be a standalone? But then again, he's not standalone because he's got Venom and all the other characters in the Spider-Man universe they can use. Because apparently they've got plans for a Venom sequel, Morbius film with Jared Leto, Crow and the Hunter. I know I've written that wrong. I don't know these characters. Silver Sable and Black Cat, I have heard of them. So there's a bunch of Spider-Man universe characters that are getting their own films, and they're planning to do, assuming they can get Tom Holland to sign on for other films, they can do as many as they want. And they can ride that for a while. But can they do it without the MCU? And if the MCU totally drops any connection to Spider-Man, he just disappears, how's the MCU going to do? Who do we care about in the MCU anymore? They're all gone. All we have now is the smaller characters, the female characters who they're kind of leading with, and there's some debate whether that's artistically sound or whether it's just political correctness, and whether they're going to ride that political correctness wave all the way down the toilet, or whether they're actually going to spend time developing these characters so they're not just a political weapon, which seems to be how they're going to go, which they don't need to. The characters have their own. God, I don't even want to think about Wave 4 or whatever of the MCU. Apparently Wave 5 is going to be better. I don't know what's happening, but yep. So that's the situation we're in. He apparently is out of the MCU. Sony thinks they can go it alone. I think to a degree they can with our little gorgeous little Tom Holland. Everyone loves him. How can you not? So I don't know, because basically Marvel wanted, because Marvel has all of the merchandising rights for Spider-Man somehow, yet Sony has the like character rights to actually use him in film and anything else. So Marvel was only getting, I think, 5%. No. Oh God, it's so confusing. I can't even remember this. Basically, Disney wanted 50. Disney was only getting 5%. Marvel and Disney, I keep getting them confused because Disney owns everything now. They wanted 50%. They wanted a 50-50 split with Sony, the rights owner of the character, and then the current sort of rights holder, or they would be continuing to hold the rights for the next film. And basically, Sony said, "Screw you! We just made $1 billion. You just made $1 billion. We can make $1 billion off the next film. We're not going to give half of it to you because we own the rights. But will they be able to make $1 billion off the next film? I think maybe just the carryover from the momentum of this Spider-Man, they probably could. But I don't think, if they mismanage it, it wouldn't be very easy for them to mismanage it and put it in the toilet. And I mean, the first Andrew Garfield film did okay. The second one went down the toilet because we've got Tom Rothman and Amy Pascal who will be running the new Spider-Man. They don't have the best track record, although they will say, look what we did with Venom, look what we did with Into the Spider-Verse. They did really well. Spider-Verse got the Oscar. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to miss Spider-Man in future Marvel movies. If we get standalone movies, I'm not going to be really bothered, I don't think. I don't know, and am I a reflection of most fans who are not huge pre-existing comic fans? They're really attached to the lore and all the other characters, and like, do I just want Spider-Man? Am I fine with Spider-Man on his own? I kind of am. Are other people going to just go see another Spider-Man film with Tom Holland and not care about the whole Marvel connection? Because to some level, to some people, the Marvel universe is over. It's over. Endgame. And Spider-Man was sort of looking to be the face of Marvel, but if he just walks away and does his own films, are people going to follow him? So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Is this just a contract tactic? They're just having a little tantrum because they're not getting quite what they want, and then they're going to come back to the table with something else? Or have they just said, yeah, Marvel, we don't need you. You've set it up. We can keep the ball rolling, and we don't need you. But are they underestimating? It's really hard to tell. And it is really complicated, and I'm just looking at all my notes I did from other videos and articles and that, and I'm trying to work out, is there anything else I've left out? Have I included everything? I think I've got it down. It's actually really pretty simple. Sony has the rights. They mismanaged them. They gave them to Marvel. Marvel just made them shine nice and pretty, and they made a lot of money. And now Sony thinks they can just carry that on. Hey, thanks for the $1 billion franchise. We're just going to run with it. But I don't know how important Marvel was to it. How much, when I was watching Homecoming, how much did I care about him mourning Iron Man, which they won't be able to mention? No, I really just cared about the character. I really didn't care about the Marvel connection. It wasn't. I don't see him as a Marvel, an Avenger. I never did. I mean, I always liked Spider-Man. This could go either way. They could mess it up within 1 or 2 films and be back in the same boat they were with Andrew Garfield, or they could run with it and Marvel could be really, really struggling to find a centre for the Avengers without Spider-Man. So I don't know. I'm kind of sad, but not, because I'm still going to get a third film with Tom Holland. But will we get any more? Where are they going to go after that? Who knows? But I'll always have this Spider-Man. Either way, I've got that trilogy. Although, oh my god, he stood up. I can never get him to stand up normally. Maybe this is a sign. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, feel free to like or subscribe. I'm gonna follow this, but there's never a dull moment. But sometimes I wish they just were. I just wish they could all we could just have a nice just run of movies without any drama, with licensing. God, if it's not Star Trek's licensing or freaking Star Wars licensing, or now He-Man with DreamWorks and Netflix and Mattel was going to do a great job, and now they're not. So yeah, licensing. I know I was about to end, but God, licensing. This is such a bane of creativity, because people will pull a movie or pull a character because of money for licensing, or also they can get marketing and merchandising rights and not actually care about the films or the fans, because they just see it as a commodity. And now Spider-Man is sort of he's let's just hope they can do something and not mess it up. I'm out before I get onto a whole nother subject. Thanks, bye.